What's going on, guys? This is Mike from Mr. Lua Programming, and welcome back to another video. It has been a very long time since I posted one, I think 4 months now. Funny story about that, I actually forgot the email to that thing, to the YouTube account, because the whole Google Plus thing, you have to have like a different email for each account, and I have a couple other accounts, and you kind of lose stuff, and I didn't really write it down. But we're good now, I wrote it down, I managed to recover it, and we will be back to posting videos on this channel. One thing I should add is I do have this kind of rampant cough that's been going around for that's been in me for about 2 weeks now. That is being really annoying, so if I have this wild coughing during the video, I'm very sorry, really nothing I can do. Anyway, let's jump right in here. So, also I should actually mention, the answer to the quiz question of last 4 months ago's video, of part 1's video, was B. If you didn't see that, you should definitely go check out that video. The quiz questions, as always, in the description below. And now, without further ado, let's get started. So, the first thing that I'm going to be covering in this video is loops, as you can tell by the title of the video. There's many different types of loops, and what loops basically do is they just keep looping whatever your statements of the code are, until one of these statements is either met or not met. It depends on the loop that you're using. So let's go ahead and jump right in here. I'm going to call this one just TT for tutorial. And here we go. And again, I am using ComputerCraft. I explained in the last video. Go check that out if you have not. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to declare a couple variables. I'm going to say x is 1, and that's pretty much it, actually. So the first the first loop that we're going to look at is the while do loop, and I'll show you how that's set up. While condition do statements, and as always, we use an end to show that we are ending this whole thing right here. So this is just set up like the if statement. Yeah, this would be the if, this would be the then, and this would be the end. You can't do this as a then. That just wouldn't work. I know it's showing up yellow, but that just means that you've typed in then, or some kind of thing that actually means something in the code. But no, while then will return an error. It's got to be while do. I don't know why, that's just how it is. So, in the same thing as the if statement, this is our condition. Again, I'm going to do x equals 1. And then our statements, I'm just going to do x equals x plus 1. But before that, we're going to print our variable x. And I actually haven't covered this, this here. This is a mathematics statement. Basically, what these do is it's taking the variable x, it's making it equal x plus 1, which is going to be 2. You can't just do x plus 1, that just doesn't work yet, because it's not actually assigning it. So you have to assign x to the value of x plus 1. So there you go. So what it's going to do is, while this is true, it's going to print x, and then it's going to go up, and then it's going to end. But what separates this from an if statement is that it will keep doing this over and over and over again until this condition is false. So let's actually change this to 10. And let's do this. While x is less than 10, actually let's put this back to 1. While x is less than 10, we're going to print x, and we're going to do x equals x plus 1. So we're going to do, so what's that's basically going to do, it's going to check. While x is less than 10, so let's see, yes, x is less than 10, let's do it. It's going to say what x is, then it's going to go here, and it's going to add 1 to x. And then, so now x is 2. So it's going to go back up here, and it's going to check it again. 2 is less than 10. It's going to go through this again. It's going to say x, which is going to be 2 now. And then it's going to add another 1. So now it would be 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And finally, once we get to 10, it's not going to be true because 10 is not less than 10. 10 is equal to 10. So, and then it's just going to end. Once this condition is false, it's just going to end. So let's go ahead and run that. And it's going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just like I said. If we wanted it to say 10 as well, we could do less than or equal to, because once x is 10, it's going to go back up here and says, oh, okay, 10 is equal to 10, so we're going to go ahead and run it. But once it hits 11, then it's not going to do it again, because 11 is not less than or equal to 10. And that's basically how loops work, the while loop, at least. It's very simple. All you're doing is just checking to see if the statement is true or the condition is true over and over and over again until it is not met. Once it is not met, it's just going to leave the while loop and go to whatever's down here under. So that's one type of loop, very simple. Let's go ahead and show you the next type of loop. This one is called the repeat until, and this one's kind of tricky. Well, not really tricky, but more uncommon, I should say. This is basically an inside-out while loop, and I'll show you why. So we're going to start out with repeat, and then we're going to go statements, then we're going to go until condition. This is just like an inside-out while loop. I spelled condition wrong. Sorry about that. There's that cough. So basically what this is doing is it's going to repeat these statements until the condition is met. And this is different from a while loop because in a while loop, it's going to repeat the condition until the condition is false. This one's going to repeat it until the condition is true. So let's go in and fill this in. So we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to do x equals x plus 1. Before that, we're actually going to print x. Print x. There we go. And our condition is going to be x equals 10, just like that. So now it's going to do this until this condition is met. So let's go ahead and run that. It's going to do the exact same thing as before, but once x is equal to 10, then it's just going to go on. So yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Those are a couple of the loops that we can go over. And that's all the loops I'm really going to be covering in this video. So now I'm going to show you a few examples of code that would use loops, and if statements I will combine. So let's see, what can I do? Okay, I have an idea. So let's go ahead and do, let's actually teach you about strings in this one as well. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to do the variable of, I'm just going to call the variable string. You could call it again whatever you want, but I'm just going to call it string because it's an example of a string. And then you're going to go equals, and then in quotation marks, whatever you want it to equal. So I'm going to go hello world, the infamous hello world program. And then we're going to go ahead and print string. And there we go. And now it's going to say hello world because we're printing the string, and string is equal to hello world. Now I'm going to make a variable, we're going to call it num, short for number obviously, equals 1. Now let me show you a couple things that's wrong that you can do with this. Excuse me. One error that's very common is this one. We'll do num equals num plus string. This will always return an error because you're trying to add the see how it's trying to perform arithmetic on a string. This is not a number. This is text. You can't add 1 to text. So that's always going to return an error. I get that error a lot sometimes when I don't really know my variables. We do not want the music. Sorry about that. And so yeah, that's basically all there is to the string adding. Just make sure that you're not adding strings together because it just does not work. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do a program here. What can I do? Actually, guys, before I run the program, or before I make a program, I'm going to teach you a couple more things since I've only taught you 2 loops in this, which is I feel like is not enough. I'm going to teach you read. It's a function, and how you know it's a function if it's followed by 2 parentheses. And that's just basically how all functions are. This is the read function, and basically what this does is it gets your user input. So I'm going to do the variable x equals the function of read, and then we're going to go ahead and print x. Actually going to go print hello x. And I'm actually going to say before that, print enter your name. Just like that. Now, what this... I did not meant to print that. Now it's going to say enter your name, and we're going to go ahead and enter my name. My name is Mike, so I'm going to enter that in, and it's going to say hello Mike. I forgot to space it, of course. Always forgetting to do that. And let me just show you again. Enter your name, Mike. Hello, Mike. If I run it again, it doesn't matter. Obviously, it doesn't matter what your name is. I could say if my name was George or something. Um, there we go. Hello, George. Lenny. That's basically how it works. So let's go ahead and edit this. And basically, what it does is it gets the input. It assigns whatever this variable is to whatever you type in. So this could be a string or a number, depending on what you type in. Actually, I think... Here, let me try something. X equals x plus 1. I'm pretty sure this will return an error. And even if I entered a number... Yeah. Or wait, let me try this. And then print x. Pretty sure this is going to return an error. Hoping it will. Oh wow, it actually didn't. That's actually pretty cool. I would think that it would return a string every time, but I guess if you enter a number, it is not a string. That's actually very cool. So what I thought would happen is it would take 1 as like this, as I entered in 1 like that, which is a string, not a number. And I didn't think it'd be able to add it because, like I said before, you cannot add strings. But that surprised me. So that's, I guess, pretty cool. So basically what this read function does, it assigns whatever the user types in to this variable. And we're going to say hello, and then we're going to print this variable, which is whatever the guy typed in, or using the program. So this, obviously, you can already tell is extremely useful when you're writing programs. And it's used very often. So let's go ahead and let's make a program now. I have an idea. So let's go ahead and assign a couple variables. We're going to do, also let me tell you, term.clear and term.setCursorPosition. I'm going to enter in 1, 1 right now. Term.clear basically just clears the thing. If you type in term.clear, wherever that is, it's just going to clear the entire prompt. Term.setCursorPosition is it sets the cursor position, which is this blinking thing, to the coordinates of whatever you type in. And this is a function because you see the 2 parentheses, and whatever in the function is called an argument. And we'll get into more of those later when I do functions. For right now, I'm just going to go for 1, 1. So how coordinates work in most coding languages is that the x-axis is over here. This is stretching across the top, so it goes from 1, which is the very top, or the very left, I'm sorry, to whatever the number is over here of the highest thing. So it goes from 0, 1 to the and it goes up from left to right. Y is inverted. It starts at 1 and goes up from here. So now it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and it keeps going up as it goes down. So the y-axis is inverted. It does not go negative like you'd expect, but that's what it is. This is the point is 1, 1 here, and this is the maximum point that you can get down there. So when I do this, it's just going to, here, let me actually print something first. Let's do print hello. Actually, you know what? I won't print it. It actually doesn't need anything. So let's go ahead and run tutorial, and it's just going to clear it. Now, if I didn't have that set cursor position, now basically what I just did there is commented it out. I will tell you a little bit about that later. It's just going to clear it, but it's going to go onto our next line. So we don't really want that. We're going to want to set it back. So we would use term.setCursorPosition. Unless you wanted it to be like that, but normally you wouldn't really in this case. And what I just did there was commenting it out. Anything that follows on that line 2 dashes is read as a comment, and comments are only viewed by the coder. If the computer sees the commenting, it just skips right over it. It doesn't even pay any attention to it. It's just kind of so the coder can organize themselves a little bit. So what I did is commented it out, so it's going to go term.clear. Oh, this is a comment. I'm just going to skip right over it. So that's basically what that is. So let's go ahead and let's do this. So let's go ahead. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do term.clear, term.setCursorPosition 1, 1, which is right at the top, as you saw. And we're going to do x. We're going to do print. Enter first number. And then we're going to do x equals read, and then we're going to do print enter second number, and then we're going to do y equals read, and then we're going to do a while statement, while x is less than y. Do actually, let's go ahead and enter. Let's do this a bit differently. Enter start number. We're going to do enter interval number, and then we're going to do print enter destination number, just like that. And we're going to do z equals read. So now we're going to go ahead and it's term.clear again, and term.set cursor position 1, 1. So now we're going to do a simple counter. So while x, which is our start number, is less than, we should change this to z, is less than our destination, we're going to do x equals y, which is our interval. No, x equals x plus y. So basically what this is doing, it's setting the value of x to whatever x is, and then it's adding y to it, which is our interval, and it's going to do that over and over again. And we're going to print x, and we're actually going to do less than or equal to. And now we're going to do, we're going to end this. Then we're going to check if x is equal to z, then we're going to do print done, and we're going to end it, or no, we're going to do an else if x is greater than z, then we're going to do print to high, just like that. So there we go. All of this that I've entered in here, you've now learned in this video or the last video. So basically, let's run through this line by line. It's going to clear it. It's going to set it back to 1-1. It's going to say enter start number. We're going to assign x to that. Enter interval number. We're going to assign y to that. And enter the destination number. We're going to assign z to that. And it's going to clear it again. Then while x is less than or equal to z, we're going to, actually no, just less than, I'm sorry. While x is less than z, we're going to print x, and we're going to add the interval to x. So, for example, x is 0, and y is 2, then it's going to add 2 to 0, and then it's going to go through this again, it's going to go through it again, and then now it's going to be 2 plus 2 is 4, 6, 8, and then when it finally gets to 10, or over, it's going to go to this one, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So let's go ahead and run it. Enter starting number. Let's see how it cleared, and now we have this. Let's do 0. Our interval will count by 2s, like I said, and our destination will be 10. Oh, what is that? Attempt to compare string with number expected. Got string, and it said on line 12. So let's go ahead and go to line 12, which is right here. How odd. Let's see. So it's attempting to compare a number to a string, which is peculiar because these are both numbers. Let's try something different. Tutorial, enter starting number 0, enter interval number. We'll count by ones, and we'll go to 5. Again, we're doing that. This is very weird because they are both numbers. I mean, they are both integers. They are both numbers. Don't know why this is returning an error. I will be right back. Alright, well, I guess we will skip the user input for right now. This is very strange. That it's taking those as strings when it took it as a number before. This is what I was talking about when it was giving us these errors. We'll just enter this in manually then. There we go, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're actually going to switch the print with the math statement. Print x, so now it's going to add it and then print the x rather than the other way around. So now it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. If we change this to 10, then it's going to go 1 through 10, just like that. I don't know why, I apologize, I don't know why that was giving us errors before, because as you saw before, it took the number that we entered in as a number, which it should have, but now it's taking it as a string. It's kind of a bit odd. But anyway, nonetheless, it works. So yeah, there's that. That's a simple counter, and this will end off episode 2. Quiz question will be in the description below pertaining to this video. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for part 3. And this has been Mike from Mr. Lua Programming. I will see you all in the next video.